Hey, and welcome back to the Compendium of Discomfort. My name is Michael, and today we are gonna keep talking about the best Japanese movies of 2025. As before, we have a best list by Rolf. We have one by Yugo Sakamoto and mine. And today, for the two big lists, we're gonna do number 20 to 11. And on top of that, we're gonna talk about our favorite male performances of the year. And as usual, I will start with Rolf and his male performers of the year. Number 10, he has Lily Frankie from the movie Undercurrent from 2023 as a sleazy private eye, adding his usual charm to that role. There can never be enough Lily Frankie in movies, Mr. Sexy Ass. Undercurrent is a movie by Rikia Imaizumi, which I missed in the cinema, and and I'm really annoyed by it because usually I like Imaizumi, but I missed this one. I'm gonna get to that someday. Probably great. Then number 9, Kiyohiko Shibukawa in And the Mud Ship Sails Away from 2013. A favorite character actor who fits perfectly into Hirobumi Watanabe's Slacker universe. A blast. Yeah, it's a wonderful little movie. I remember when I watched it, I wasn't really familiar with Watanabe's style, and it was a little bit like, oh, what's going on here? But it's a really charming movie with a really charming performance, and it's great. I already mentioned in the other episode that Watanabe is always worth watching, and this movie actually got released by Third Window Films. Maybe you can still find a disc somewhere. I guess it's out of print, but maybe it's findable. Number 8, here's Tadanobu Asano, Wandering Home, 2010. I don't know this movie. He plays an alcoholic in rehab without all the cliches attached to such a role. That man cannot do any wrong ever. I love Tadanobu Asano, but saying that he can't do any wrong ever, let me check something. So if we look at the most watched Tadanobu Asano movies on Letterboxd, number 1, Thor Ragnarok, number 2, Thor, number 3, Thor the Dark World, and then we have Battleship and 47 Ronin. Maybe he made some not amazing movies. Anyway, I love him. Asano is always great, and usually he's wonderful. Number 7, with Amane Okayama in Poetry Angels from 2016. And he gives a very Shota Sometani-esque performance as a young guy who raps his way out of lethargy. And I haven't seen this, but Okayama is a great actor. For example, he was in A Cloud or Destruction Babies or Sakana no Ko. What is it called? The Fish Tale, I think. And he's usually really good. Very nice, enjoyable actor. I think in Under Ninja he had his first action performance. But it's a good one. I like him usually when I see him. So I'm sure he did a good job here as well. Then we have Yota Kawase in Being Natural from 2018. And as the most memorable drama in all cinema history, his journey has to be seen to be believed. And I have no idea what this movie is, but if it's a music movie, I'm interested by default. Mr. Kawase has at least been in pretty amazing movies like Shin Godzilla or The Boxman, and Mountain Woman, Being Natural, a movie by Tadashi Nagayama, who hasn't done much else, but here it says, a rural gentleman's peaceful life takes a turn for the worse when a couple from Tokyo move to his neck of the woods. I have no idea what this is, but it's with Kanji Tsuda, and Kanji Tsuda is very nice too. So yeah, Yota Kawa's a good actor, probably a good movie. Gotta check that out. We have Sosuke Ikematsu in My Sunshine. My Sunshine. You might remember that from my video, and yeah, here he writes, plays one of the coolest sensei characters who tragically gets kicked out of his town as his way of living isn't accepted by society. And I think that's very kindly formulated. It's like one of the nastiest movie endings I remember recently, and I was so angry at this movie. It's a really good, it's really a really good movie. I watch my video to know more, but yeah, great performance. Ikematsu is good anyway. So yeah, then we have Michihiro Mori, Image of a Mother from 1956, and she gives a heartbreaking child performance as a boy who is not. He, not she. He gives a heartbreaking child performance as a boy who is not allowed to grieve for his deceased mother. I have no idea what this movie is. It's another Hiroshi Shimizu movie. Yeah, and yeah, that explains why I don't know it. Someday I've got to get around to those. Then number 3, we have Pistol Takehara from The Long Excuse 2016 as a charming single father who has the heart in all the right places. And yeah, I remember watching this movie at the Nippon Connection and remembering that it was really good and moving, a nice drama. I think about some men who lose their wives and then suddenly have to somehow get along in life. And yeah, I remember it being very good and moving. And Pistol Tanaka isn't like the biggest, most famous actor, but whenever he shows up, it's usually really good. And for example, he was very good in Zoki. And yeah, he was in the slightly disappointing Bad Summer. But yeah, a cool guy who doesn't do all that many movies, but if he shows up, he's usually really good. And then with Masaki Suda in Sunset Sunrise 2024. I missed that one. Looks kind of fun, and here he plays the most fun and enthusiastic fishing in the countryside guy ever. Yeah, I was interested in watching it in the cinema and then didn't for whatever reason, but I will get around to that someday. Then we have a little detour here because I didn't include Rolf's worst performances in the other video. He was like, don't forget them here, and I almost forgot them because I thought it's just a list like his runner-ups that will be here, and I will just put them as text in there, but he actually wrote comments, so I felt like I should read out the comments. And yeah, here we are having a little like addition. We will get to the worst female performances as well in the other video. So his 5 worst performances of the year. Number 5 is Takanori Iwata in Evergreen Love from 2016. Poop Eating Grin King. He didn't write poops, that was me. he wrote the other word. Number 4, Ryusei Yokohama, The Village, 2023. He isn't capable of playing a role demanding some good acting, but also suffers from very bad writing. And I wouldn't put the blame on him here, because his performance in Coco is actually quite good, I would say. And I would totally blame the director here. That's Michihito Fuji, who is Japan's biggest Netflix content creator and delivers movies that you can watch while ironing your shirts or peeling potatoes or something. So, yeah, I guess that director wouldn't get a good performance out of him. Same as he didn't do in Faceless, so no surprise here. Number 3, Kentaro Sakaguchi in No Longer Heroine from 2015. Usually a good actor, is trapped in the cool high school forcing their romance on girls role. Disgusting. A high schooler forcing their romance on girls role. So I guess another case of maybe more his dislike for a certain trope. And tropes at the end of the video. Then we have Yoichiro Saito in St. John's Ward from 2001. Represents the atrocity of the whole male cast of that movie. A train wreck. And number 1, Tatsuya Fujiwara in Persona 2000. Already known to be a hard actor to watch, gives an outstandingly bad performance even for his talents. Yeah, I'm always a little bit mixed on him, but he did some good stuff, so not sure. I don't know, but I can imagine him being bad in a movie. So anyway, those were his 5 worst male performances. Let's get back to the video. Ryuhei Matsuda, of course, a fantastic actor. Can't go wrong with him. In My Uncle from 2016 as the Japanese Lebowski, who adds a whole new layer of laziness to the character. Don't know the movie, know the actor, and he's fantastic. So nothing wrong here. So let's get to his silver category movies of the year. So 20 to 11. Number 20. This one, which now is there. There will be the live action adaptation by Hirokazu Koreeda quite soonish. It's already finished filming. That's A Look Back by Kiyotaka Oshiyama, about the deep friendship of 2 girls who successfully draw mangas together and part ways after one decides to take a different career path after graduation. A love letter to both friendship and the art of drawing, which is handled quite well both on the narrative and visual level, and I think that's a harsh understatement. It's an absolutely astounding movie, beautifully animated, so deep and layered, even though it's absolutely compressed. It's less than an hour short, so I'm very curious what Koreeda will do with that. We will turn it into 2 hours or more. No worries there, but yeah, I loved this movie so much. I watched it in the cinema twice, and it's just like so depressing and sad and great and amazing. I really, really, really liked that. And number 19, we just talked about it a few minutes ago, The Long Excuse, 2016 by Miwa Nishikawa, a great director who needs some more attention. After the death of his wife, a famous novelist rekindles his friendship with a school buddy who also lost his wife in the same accident. It shows that there's no right or wrong way of grieving, with only the pain being something all those involved have to deal with. And most important, that it's okay, essential even, to move on. No long excuse for that needed here. beautiful drama, like I said. Watch it, and then we get back to this one, My Sunshine, 2014, Hiroshi Okoyama. A teenage boy discovers his love for ice skating and gets trained by a dedicated coach who aims for an ice dancing contest. For the boy's partner, he uses an ambitious female student of his, and things go really well as they develop a strong bond. Just before I felt this to be pure feel-good cinema, it does take a turn, which at first felt a bit unsettling, but in the end it only adds to the realism and truthfulness of the story, showing the challenges of being a teenager and how certain ways of living are still not fully accepted. Yeah, great movie. Like I said, it's one of those that really stuck in my brain, that really annoyed me in a good way, and it's really nice movie. Watch it if you can. Then we have Ichiko. Wonderful. Really liked that. 2023 by Akihiro Toda. After Ichiko suddenly disappears, her fiancé desperately tries to find her and learns about her very troubled past. A very difficult movie to say the least, and it asks uncomfortable questions and doesn't give all the answers you might need. It's been a while since I watched it. I think I watched it like early 2024 or something like that. But I remember it being really good, and I think the main actress was Hana Sugisaki, who did an excellent job, and just a really good movie. Yeah, Hana Sugisaki. Great, wonderful actress, wonderful performance. So nice. Another one that I know and I talked about here on this channel, which luckily was actually available for streaming for some time. This one here, long Japanese title, now it's in English called The Scoop, 2024 by Keiichi Kobayashi. A newspaper club wants to reveal the corruption going on in their school. This movie is what we need in times like these, a feel-good love letter to all the journalists who won't let themselves being swallowed by the corrupt big shots. Yeah, it's a cute little movie. I really loved the performance by the bad guy. I can't come up with a name, so I will put it here. And it's a fun little movie. I'm surprised it's so high on his list, but makes me happy. There's a smaller role for Akari Takaishi in there as well. And yeah, it's just a lovely little movie. For me, it wasn't all too special, but it makes me happy that Rolf enjoyed it so much. So yeah, wonderful. If you want to know more, there's a video. Watch it. Number 15 is a movie that I know and I like. That's a Special Actors 2019 by Shinichiro Ueda. And it's about a wannabe actor suffering from fainting by stress, becomes a special actor who can get hired by people in order to help them out. One day his agency gets approached by someone who asks them to expose a cult her sister has fallen for. After putting a nice spin on the zombie genre with one cut off the dead, Shinichi Ueda deals with the con artist game here, strongly recalling the cinema of David Mamet. And yeah, it's another really nice, cute movie. It's a lot of fun. Not as amazing as One Cut of the Dead, because here it's just like it lacks the big surprise thing here, but it's a good enjoyable, fun and cute, and good stuff. Then we have number 14, A Balance, 2020 by Yujiru Harumoto, a TV director who makes a documentary about bullying leading to suicide case and the social shaming that comes with it, becomes a potential target herself, about how one's person's wrong decision can literally ruin the life of everybody involved with that person. Yeah, I just watched that, I think, last year as well, or not all that long ago. And it's a really good movie about this whole how media basically influences people's perception of reality, and how you have to handle maybe an issue in real life compared to media presentation and all these things. It's a pretty upsetting to watch, but it's a really good movie with one very weird cut. I was so confused by that. That's just like, why did they cut at that moment? I don't know. It's weird. Then we have number 13, Poetry Angel, 2016, Toshimitsu Iizuka. We just mentioned it before. An aimless young guy who works at a plum farm, at the plum farm of his parents, stumbles into becoming part of a poetry battle club who wait for Japanese feel-good cinema, a story told in the tradition of Shinobu Yaguchi's comedy classics. The underdogs win our hearts while going for team gold and overcome their life problems during the process. Sounds good. Sounds like something I would enjoy. Never heard of it before, but maybe I will give it a try. Number 12, Bell, 2021 by Mamoru Hosoda. A troubled teenager becomes an internet sensation as the titular Belle, described as Beauty and the Beast in social media world, is much more a story about the ugly duckling. But yeah, it's wonderfully animated and very creative depiction of how social media have invaded our lives, and it's a much better movie than Scarlet, and I enjoyed it quite a lot. It's one of those movies that I watched and I really liked, and then it disappeared from my brain, but I can't say anything bad about it. It's good, it's nice, beautifully animated. Watch it if you like stuff like that. And last one for this from Rolf, we have 11, Dollhouse. Isn't there a better picture in there? Oh, this is creepy. Dollhouse by Shinobu Yaguchi, actually a movie from 2025. A grazing mother acquires an ancient doll who becomes a surrogate child for her deceased young daughter. A glorious comeback for J-horror, which works both as drama and genre film and asks its audience to do some work itself in the end. And I think I just mentioned it in the last video I did, like before the best of stuff, and it's a good horror movie with some creepy stuff in there, and I enjoyed it quite a lot. Nothing wrong here. I wouldn't put it all that high, but it's good fun. And with that we get to Mr. Sakamoto's number 5 to 3. Number 5 is The Beekeeper by David Ayer. I just know it's a Jason Statham movie, and I like Jason Statham movies because they're all kind of good. They're never amazing, but always kind of good, so I will watch it eventually. And then number 4, he has Havoc by Gareth Evans. Gareth Evans made The Raid. The Raid is pretty amazing. I love The Raid. I someday have to watch Havoc. And number 3, How Dare You by Mipo O. We mentioned it a few times today, so not gonna talk about it again. It's a really fun movie about kid eco-terrorists. I was really surprised it's so high on this list. Like, before you have all this like violent stuff, horror stuff, and now you got a cute little drama about kids who want the world to be a better place. Wonderful. Oh, I forgot to take this down. Let's do that. And let's get to my actors of the year. So the number 10 here, as usual, for me, acting is more like how memorable or how much did the character resonate, how much I think the performance was great. I think there are some performances in my top 10 that are probably technically not as good as Kokuo, but Kokuo just disappeared, and these stuck with me, so these are subjectively better, so don't fight me on this. It's just stuff that's stuck in my brain, and I really, really, really enjoyed. And there's one very funny thing here on my number 10, because that's a guy who was in 4 movies that I watched. That's The Man Who Failed to Die, that's the Gesuidos, and that's Isolated. And there's another one that's called Sukajan Kung Fu, and that's Yutaka Kyan, who somehow from being in Golden Bomber and on TV suddenly is this actor guy who does all these great movies, and usually he's not the lead except for the Sukajan Kung Fu, but he always has some kind of memorable role in The Man Who Failed to Die. He's kind of the antagonist, and in Gesuidos he has this big afro and falls in love with Saudi Izawa. And he's just cool, and he's fun, and I really learned to like him this year. So suddenly he was everywhere, and that's great. I love him. And number 8, my new buddy, this one here, Takuya Matsumoto. He has been in these legendary Hitman Kunioka movies since the start, and he's always been kind of a sidekick, and here he suddenly becomes kind of the lead actor, and he just does a really good job. He's just holding the whole movie together, and it's great. And recently he and Masayuki Ino did another talk event similar to Sakamoto, and they did this like checky session. Checky, like you can get these small pictures, and you pay some money and they take a picture. You can tell them, hey, do this, do that, and somehow I ended up like you had to choose him or Ino, and of course Ino is more popular because he's like the main guy of the series, but at some point they were asking like, does anyone want a picture with Matsumoto? And I was like, yeah, I couldn't decide before, and I felt, oh, poor baby, he needs some support. So I ended up taking a picture with him, and he was like, yeah, what kind of pose do you want? And I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. I never thought about checky poses. So we ended up doing this like idiots. It's really good. Another funny one with Sakamoto. I did another one, and that looks like this. So Yugo Sakamoto being weird, glorious. I might become a collector of silly checkies. I never thought that it would end up somewhere there with me, but now I guess I'm the guy who takes pictures with other men being weird, and it's a lot of joy. The same as this movie, but I've talked about it in detail, and we might mention it again today. It's pretty cool. It's really great. And then I got all these signatures here, and Takuya Matsumoto. I hope someday he gets some other cool roles, some more stuff to do. He's really getting good, so why not? By the way, this is Yugo Sakamoto event. Everyone who came got another picture of him. There were 2 pictures that you could get, so I got this one. Quite funny. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Takuya Matsumoto, Flame Union, a good performance in a great movie. And then we have Yoshiyuki Yamaguchi, the guy on this poster, Isolated, Tamura Yuto. It's probably technically not a fantastic performance. He just does his Yakuza shtick. And I think that was even funnier in the other Tamura Yuto spin-off that they did before, where he has to talk to little children and stuff, but here just this like pumping action out like crazy, and it was just a beautiful, intense performance. And when he takes off his shirt to show the tattoos, it's just glorious. I need to watch it again. It's such a good movie, and yeah, great, love him. And then we have a guy who did 2 movies that I enjoyed quite a lot. That's Joe Odagiri for On Summer Sand and Gosh. Gosh. Let's put Gosh. No, Gosh is too big. It will fall down. It falls down. Like the Gosh performance in the movie isn't all that big. It's a relatively small role, even though he's the title character, but it's a fantastic thing. He being a weird little furry, perverted as crazy and just doing stuff. And On Summer Sand is, on the other hand, a very nice movie. I think I talked about it in an episode with a lot of summer movies, and there he's this father who lost his child and somehow grieves his way through the movie while taking care of his, I think, his niece, Akari Takaichi. Wonderful little movie, beautiful, and Joe Odagiri, you can't go wrong with him. Number 6, we have this one here. Tiki Cometh, Kyozo Nagatsuka. The movie itself is very good and very interesting. It's, I think, not on my best list for this year, but this performance as this like elderly man who slowly possibly loses his mind is really well done and pretty great. So I really enjoyed that. But yeah, I think the movie didn't make it to the top, but it's still very good. It's a very good movie. And then here we have this one again, The Man Who Failed to Die. And here I couldn't really choose who to put in there. So we have the two main actors. That's Mizukawa Katamari and Bokuzo Masana, who are just a gorgeous, wonderful pair. Like the guy who didn't die and the guy who died. Just as a wonderful comedy duo. It's just gorgeous and a lot of fun and something I keep remembering quite a lot, even though this is like one of the earliest movies I watched this year. It really got stuck in my brain and I really need to rewatch it. The Blu-ray is already out, so I should give it a try soonish again. And then we have this one here, 2 Seasons, 2 Strangers. We mentioned it before, and it's the perfect manga adaptation. It's a wonderful movie with an absolutely stunning performance by Shinichi Tsutsumi, who plays this old grumpy guy in his snowy hut who is not all that excited to actually do his job as a kind of hotel owner, and barely gives his customer any food or a place to sleep. It's hilarious, it's heartwarming, it's wonderful, and Shinichi Tsutsumi is just a fantastic actor in every way. So well deserved here on my number 4 only, even though maybe the movie is better than some of the movies that follow. But number 3 is Kiyohiko Shibukawa for 2 movies. One is this one, Soyo Mono ni Watashi wa Naritai. I talked about it like he's playing this monk doing his ascetic training, and he is in transcending dimensions, but that role isn't. It's very small. It's still a lot of fun. It's the same as here, just more as a comedy character, and it's still great. And on top of that, even better, his performance in Principal Examination. I was really, really stunned by his performance there. It's a really wonderful performance, which really gets the movie up. I guess not every other actor would have been able to do that. But we have something even more impressive. And that's in this movie. That's Suzuki equals Bakudan. I think I talked about it in the other Japanuary video. But here he is, this guy, who is in here too, and this one is a really, really weird one. This is called A New Interpretation of the End of Edo Period, and we're talking about Jiro Sato, who in both movies gives a great performance, and this is another case where his performance in particular really lifts the movies up. So Suzuki Bakudan is the story about homeless guy who gets arrested for attacking a vending machine. And then he's like, oh yeah, by the way, I can predict bombings. And then you have this huge bombing case where several bombs blow up. And he's like, oh yeah, I can help you prevent more. And his whole performance is just so good. The movie itself is good. It's a good, solid thriller, but his performance is outstanding and great. He has been a great actor for many, many years, but this is like one movie where a big audience really, really realizes how great he actually is. And in this Edo period movie, it's by Yuichi Fukuda. I haven't really talked about that, so let's talk about that for a minute. He likes to do this satirical new interpretations of historic figures and events. He did one about the Three Kingdoms in China. That's a 2020 movie. And I think he did a TV show with another topic like that. Yeah, he worked on a show that's about Japanese history in general. That's Shinkai-shaku Nihonshi, so new interpretation of Japanese history, that has nine episodes, and seems to be about several events from Japanese history in general. I haven't seen it. Really, it's with Tsuyoshi Muro, who's in this movie as well. That's that gentleman. But I haven't seen it. So he has done like 2 movies and the show where he interprets historic events in a funny way. And here, this one is about Ryoma Sakamoto, one of the more important figures at the end of the Edo period. So basically, Edo period was when Japan was completely shut off from the rest of the world, and then when they opened up and changed the way the country is being ruled and all these things. And he was one of the most influential people during that period. And this movie depicts his life in several episodes, and there's like a historian talking about like a little bit context. So you need to know history a little bit to really enjoy it. And the funny thing here is that Tsuyoshi Muro basically plays Jiro Sato So he does the typical Jiro Sato performance with a typical way of speaking, where Jiro Sato is almost silent here and is very, very toned down and very grounded. And it's fantastic to see the switch, to see that he's actually able to do that while someone basically plays him. And it's a quite funny movie if you like that kind of humor. I think that there's like this huge dialogue scene just with these two, and I think it was Takayuki Yamada, like 3 people in a room just being silly and talking for at least like 20-30 minutes. And if you can handle that with this kind of humor, you will enjoy this movie like crazy. And if you don't enjoy that, you will experience hell, I guess. I had quite a lot of fun with it. It's not in my best list. I would like to watch it again because I didn't really check the historical context before. I knew roughly that this guy was a big thing in that time, but I didn't really know what he did or the famous episodes. And it's the kind of movie where I would prefer to have subtitles to get some more nuance. So a lot of the movie was really, really funny. I sometimes really enjoy Fukuda's humor, especially like in Under Ninja. Some of the sillier scenes, again with Tsuyoshi Muro, were really amazing, so great. And I was like, holy shit, give me more of that. And here I got more of that, almost too much. But yeah, I think it's a pretty fun movie. I need to get back to that someday. At least I feel very motivated to watch more Fukuda and more of this new interpretation stuff. So that's cool. Good. And yeah, then we have just a number 1 performance left. And who else could it be than from Transcending Dimensions, Chihara Jr., who just steals every scene he's in. He's so fantastic. He's so amazing. I really, really loved his performance. He's so charismatic and great and just overall fantastic. But I talked about that movie in length, so watch that video. So yeah, great. So that's just the actors. We still have to do like the silver category. Oh my god. The good point is most of these movies I have already talked about in other videos, so we don't need to get too much into detail here. But yeah, we have to talk about stuff and what happened here. It's all here. So my personal number 20 this year, 5 centimeters per second. I already did a video on this, but it hasn't been released, so let's talk about it for a moment. It's a very beautiful adaptation of the Makoto Shinkai movie. This time directed by Yoshiyuki Okuyama, who hasn't done all that much, just a movie that's called At the Bench, which I missed last year. And yeah, basically it's a story about a guy who's stuck with a lot of love for a girl he met in his elementary school time, I think. And yeah, how this follows him through his life and how he struggles having relationships and still having the dream of meeting her again. And yeah, it's a really, really good movie. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's well done, well played, well whatever. And some people say it's closer to Shunji Iwai than to the original, which seems to be quite schmaltzy. And yeah, I can totally imagine that if there was more schmaltz in this, I wouldn't enjoy it. But yeah, this one I enjoyed a lot, so it's really, really good. And maybe someday I will watch the Shinkai movie as well. But as I said, I already talked about this, so let's talk about something I haven't talked about yet, and that's this one. This is a night flower, and kind of like this. And this is quite a surprise. So it was the, I think, last movie I watched in the cinema to catch up before I started recording here today. And it's a movie by Eiji Uchida, who I usually like a lot. We already talked about his Low Life Love, which Rolf hated very, very much. And I think this hate was not appropriate because it's not all that mean and bad anyway. So he somehow became Japan's big drama director, I think, due to the success of Midnight Swan. And yeah, he somehow got stuck there. Like in 2024, he did the super schmaltzy looking Silent Love, which I still haven't caught up with. Didn't really look good, but for example, his Offbeat Corpse or Shrieking in the Rain or Life of Mariko in Kabukicho were all movies that I really, really enjoyed very much. They're different from his early movies like Grateful Dead or Love and Other Cults, but that doesn't need to be bad. Like, even if you enjoy those movies, doesn't mean that if the director changes his themes or style, that now he makes bad movies. So this one just suddenly showed up, like the trailer played, and that looks coolish. And yeah, then I thought it's Uchida again, and I gave it a try. And this is a movie with Keiko Kitagawa and Misato Morita in the lead roles. Keiko Kitagawa you might have seen in Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift and the Punk Samurai. I know many people who say she's the most beautiful actress in Japan. She truly is very beautiful, but I think the actress who's even more impressive in this one is Misato Morita, who was, for example, in City Hunter, the new movie, the Netflix thingy, which I already mentioned I enjoyed quite a lot. And she's absolutely fantastic in this one. So yeah, this whole movie is basically, we have this single mother who struggles to earn enough money to provide life for her children. Like, she's working in a host club and she's getting pretty nastily abused by her boss. Like, she gets always full glasses of whiskey that she needs to chuck down, so the guys buy more booze, and her boss obviously doesn't want to drink all that much, so let her drink, she can suffer. And has some daytime job making little globes, and she just gets bullied there as well. All these things, and just struggles having a normal life with her 2 kids. And someday she gets in quite some trouble because she finds some drugs and it's like, maybe I can get some extra money by selling them. And you can't just sell drugs because they are the dealers who actually take care of that part of the city. So she gets pretty nastily beaten up, and she's getting found by another lady who's up and coming MMA fighter, but needs to earn some extra money by selling her body. And they kind of form a friendship, and they get on a very illegal path of life. And it keeps going with the drugs. And we have a side plot with a woman who's looking for her daughter, who now you can imagine where this goes. And what really, really makes this movie special, it sounds like the generic, poverty porn, look how hard life for these people is. You must cry, please cry. It could immediately turn into an unbearable movie. Not unbearable, but maybe comparable to A Girl Named Anne, which was still very good because mostly of the performances, again, Jiro Sato and Yumi Kawai, I think. But that was just like, yeah, look how bad the world is and how much this girl suffers. And this could have taken the same term, but it's a better mix, I would say. It actually has some funny moments, it actually has some feel-good moments, and it has some colorful characters, especially like the Yakuza who then show up eventually, are quite interesting, quite funny. Just the way they are portrayed. You get this little private detective played by Kiyohiko Shibukawa, another good performance here. And basically there's more variety to the themes than just like, oh my god, we're suffering so hard. And it has some thriller elements at the end, and it plays pretty hard with your expectation how this kind of movie ends, and how this may play out in the end is quite thrilling and exciting. So I enjoyed it very much. I didn't see that coming. I thought it's a really straight drama, but no, it's actually more. And yeah, especially Misato Morita's performance is this MMA fighter girl is just so good. She's so amazing in this. So wonderful movie. I enjoyed it much more than I expected. So very good, very good. And yeah, next is Blazing Fists. I think I had a pamphlet, but I didn't put it out. Maybe I forgot it somewhere. Anyway, Takashi Miike does another like fighting MMA adjacent movie with Gakt as a gang leader, and it's all hilarious and great. I made a video about it at the time, and it's one of those movies that I just want to rewatch, and I feel like that's the best Miike movie this year. There are only 3 so far, but this is definitely the best, the most fun, a very enjoyable thing in general with some new actors, and just good entertainment, wonderful. Another one that's very good, I just recently did a video about it, Meets the World, the Fujoshi meeting the a hostess girl who plans to not live all that much longer, who become friends and find some more meaning in life and some connection to the world and all this thing. Very yakiniku themed and quite a lot of fun. Great performances again. Hanasugi Saki, wonderful, and another great movie by Daigo Matsui. He had a good year, I would say. We will get back to him later. But yeah, it's just a very, very, very good drama. So, yep, that's gonna be on my... I've got to rewatch it sooner or later. List. So, great. Now we get to the really, really odd one, because holy cow, it's again the romantic killer. What's wrong? Why does this happen to me? Why is this movie, this kira all so great? Why did I have so much fun with it? I will definitely watch that again. That's like the most surprising movie of the year, I would say. It's a movie by Tsutomu Hanabusa, who did the Tokyo Revengers and Sadako 3D and Sadako 3D 2. And he did the awful handsome suit. So not a guaranteed winner, but this time he's like, wow, What Did You Do to Me? It's a manga adaptation. I have no idea how the manga is, and I think it was so funny when I watched it in the cinema. When I went in, there were only ladies, and the ladies that followed just stared at me like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you here?" And there were only 3 other guys who sneaked in after the movie started, so they were probably too ashamed to come on time and facing the ladies. It's so good. It's so funny. It's so great. I had such a good time. Yugo Sakamoto. Why isn't that on the top of your list? You have much worse movies on the top than this one. That was just your like honorable mention. Holy moly. Yeah, it's a movie with Moka Kamishiraishi, who was, for example, a voice actress in Mirai or Pokemon the movie Secrets of the Jungle, and did some other movies. I seemingly watched 3, and I don't even know what I watched. So I watched this one. I watched Sky Blue. Oh, I watched Sky Blue Story. A Sky Blue Story is another movie by a director that's Takahiro Miki, who was somehow on my most watched directors of the year, and he sneaked in there a little bit cheating too, because he did a bunch of short movies about some girls who won a Toho competition, like the Cinderella, whatever. Like, they always have a competition for girls who might be the new face of Toho or something. And so he did 4 10-minute movies about the 4 girls who were Moka Kamishiraishi, Mone Kamishiraishi, Minami Hamabe, and Ryo Ogawa. And Minami Hamabe, I don't need to say anything about her. Ryo Ogawa didn't have all the huge career. Moka Kamishiraishi is this one, the other one, Mone Kamishiraishi, is now most famous for All the Long Nights or Your Name. So she has like the big career out of the 2 Kamishiraishis. But this one is now in this very amazing movie about a girl who loves video games, chocolate, and cats. And suddenly this crazy little yellow creature from another world comes and says, because you can't feel any love for other people, my people are starving because we need the power of love to survive. So I will take your games, I will take your cat, and I will take your chocolate, and we make a challenge that I can make you fall in love with a guy in 1 month's time. And if you lose, we live. If you win, we die, and you get your chocolate, games, and cats back, but you will be guilty of killing us all, basically. And then we have the challenge where she meets a lot of handsome dudes and are all from some random idol group, and it's just hilarious. You have some actually good action scenes. It's completely over the top, completely gaga, completely weird. You have a million tropes from other movies. You have the speed sequence, you have the crash landing on you sequence, you have the typical samurai, little bit Kenshin-esque sequence with all like handsome guys who are like, oh, love me, love me. And it's just so funny and so good. I had such a good time. I didn't expect that. It's also kira kira. And it's just good. And the way her favorite things become boring. The shooting games that she plays gets turned into shogi. The cat gets turned into some Mosra-esque caterpillar thing, and the chocolate just tastes disgusting, so she can't enjoy her life anymore. It's just so good. It's so funny. It's so wonderful. I had such a good time with this movie. You must watch Romantic Killer if you can. And if you can't, you should still watch it because it's wonderful. I almost feel like I want to read the manga. What's wrong here? Yugo Sakamoto, you little evil man, giving me recommendations for fantastic movies. It's really, really, really great. Look, this is the Romantic Killer, and it has a Romantic Killer song, and it's just here. Look, all the sexy dudes that she needs to fight off because she just wants chocolate and cats and video games, and you should want that too. It's so good. I can't believe how excited I am about this little silly movie. Anyway, another case of I recorded a video but you haven't seen it is this one. This is Tokyo Taxi, a remake of a French movie with Takuya Kimura, you know, the SMAP boy, and Chieko Baisho is like one of the Japanese actresses. She's born in like 41, so she's not all that young anymore. But here it's such a good performance. The movie by Yoji Yamada, the other like oldest director who's still active. He's born in 31, so he's like ancient by now. He did this Toda-san series. It's Tough Being a Man, and this is just such a lovely movie about a lady who needs a taxi ride to the care home where she will spend the rest of her life, and just reminiscing about her past, which is not all that happy because it's war times. And yeah, it's just such a touching, wonderful little movie. And yeah, I loved it a lot. It's amazing. There's gonna be a video about it soonish. It's not all that long, but yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. And another case of I have talked about it is this one. Yukiko, a.k.a. about, it's a little bit like Rolf wrote. He should have this on his radar. This feel-good story about an elementary school teacher who, as a hobby, raps and tries to be herself and tries to somehow find success in what she does, but she's not all that good at the rapping thing. Like every rap battle she loses, and the students don't choose her as their favorite teacher and all these things, so she needs to somehow just accept herself and find out how she can live a happy life with what she does, and how she can maybe improve what she does so she has more success, or just accept that she's maybe not the number one and can still enjoy doing these things. And it's a fantastic movie. It's a fantastic performance by Ryo Yamashita. And yeah, if you like this kind of movie, you should definitely put it on your watch list. It's really, really, really good. Rolf, movie for you. Watch it. Yeah. Oh. No, he hasn't watched it yet. Anyway, next one is another one that's more on the happy side of life. That's Renoir. What means happy side of life is actually pretty depressing. And I just noticed that I should have put one performance here maybe on my best male performance, because Lily Frankie is really good in this movie. And it's a film by Chie Hayakawa about a girl in the 80s. That's played by Yui Suzuki. And she somehow needs to understand the world of adults because her father will pass away quite soonish because he's very sick. And yeah, then she just meets people in various situations and learns something about life and the world. And I did a video about it. It's a very good movie, a little bit Shinji Somai-esque. At least the director obviously got some inspiration from his movie Moving, which is a fantastic movie as well, and you should watch it. And yeah, it's just wonderful. So a really, really, really good little movie that should be watched. Here Chie Hayakawa, generally a very good director. Her movie Plan 75 was already very good. This one is even better, and I think there's a new one coming. So yeah, keep an eye on her. So the next one, I threw away the pamphlet. Number 12. Isolated. Yeah. What else can I say about it? It's a fantastic action movie. I think it got released by now in the US at least, about this Yakuza who goes out to save his friend and then just fights a gazillion other dudes, and you get some flashback scenes to give this the alibi backstory, how they got to that point. It's just a really good, fun action movie with a great performance and a lot of fighting in black and white and some silliness. And it's just really, really, really good and a lot of fun. I really want to watch it again. I should give it a try again. I mean, look at this guy. Isn't he lovely? How can you not love him? So, yeah, wonderful. And the last one for now, number 11, Ghost Killer. What else do I need to say? She gets possessed by a cool ghost. That's Mr. Masanori Mimoto. You know, the frog from what was the movie? Yakuza Apocalypse. And one of the great action performers Japan has to offer. And here with Akari Takaishi in a movie directed by Kensuke Sonomura, one of the great action directors in Japan, and written by Yugo Sakamoto, one of the great new writers in Japanese cinema. And it's just such a good, fun movie. This whole idea of man having to ask to penetrate the woman, while others want to do that without asking and get their little butts kicked as they deserve. Yeah, it's really good. It's great. Wonderful time. Not Baby Assassins levels of greatness, but still very good. So, yeah. That's my number 11. And to find out what's from 10 to 1, you will have to watch the next video as well. I'm very sorry. But thank you so much for watching today. I hope you had a good time. And we have one more to go. Let's see what's there.